Welcome to So What's Next with Tanya. Transition or transformation? Where are we heading, folks? Where are we going? You know, it's sitting at that pivotal time of here we are. We've got the holidays right around the corner, and we're empty nesters. Or we're right around the corner and we no longer have the career we once had. Or we're at this point and we don't know where it's going to take us because we got to make a big decision. You guys, we're in the time of transformation. This is one of the best times of our lives. And I'm not saying that to convince myself or to convince you, but to say, all right, let's do this together. First things first. When we're looking at, the holidays coming and how are the holidays going to look different for all of us? Maybe none of us, maybe some of you, everything is the same. Good, that's great. But every year evolves and there's constant change. I know when my kids were young, this hit me, by the way, just this past week. And it was, when my kids were young, I was the Christmas guru. I loved the Santa Claus idea, so I made our home magic. I decorated, I went all out on baking, making sure that Christmas music was always playing in the background in our home, making sure that the Christmas movies were on, doing all the little things, putting Christmas pillowcases on their pillows. Like I'm telling you, I went the extra mile. I loved Christmas, and I still love Christmas. But this year, I was not looking forward to Christmas at all. It is so different now. And I'll be honest, I cried a few tears because I was stuck in the transition, not taking this as the opportunity of transformation. Now, in this big shift that we all get, we're all going to pass through it. So if you're not going through it yet, hopefully you'll get your turn. Or you've already been through it with such grace, it was just fine. Some of our stories were a little bit different. I actually cried. I cried, not a lot, but I did cry a little. And it was a tough day to realize when I looked at my husband that day, I said, do you realize that on Christmas, I'm waking up to you? And he looked at me and he goes, is that bad? And I'm like, no, I didn't really mean it like that, but I loved waking up or having my kids come and wake me up because they were so excited that Santa Claus had come and they wanted to get downstairs and they wanted to open the gifts. But even more than that, they wanted to give gifts that they had bought for one another to each other. Now that's great. We definitely did something right there. However, here I still am, the empty nester. And as I was visiting with a couple of friends today, one my nail tech, and she told me that she's going through quite a transition this year as well. All of her kids have now moved out of her home, and she's like, you know what? I don't think I'll be hosting the parties. I'm not sure yet. I might be in another town with my children. And I'm like, awesome. Transformation, not transition. Then I spoke with another friend, and she talked to me and made the comment that she was an empty nester. But this is what set off bells and whistles for me. And the bells and whistles were, she looked at me and she said, I am an empty nester. And the sadness I saw in her eyes broke my heart. Like she truly felt alone. Some parts of our transformation are not easy. But we have to I want to use the word, we want to restructure, reframe. Reframe is probably better. Reframe our mind and our thoughts and our emotions and even how we view ourselves, you're not invisible. What you did, you can see living on. It is so cool. So my kids, as they have left, from the simple lights that they've put on their house, they knew how much I loved the lights. I love the lights because I wanted the magic for them. And guess what? It gave it to them. And I'm watching them do it for their families and for their children and for themselves. We did it right, guys. We did it right, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. This moment of transformation, because now it's you time. It's you go time. We get to remove all of the things that we've been putting off, not because we didn't want to do it, but because we didn't have the opportunity and it wasn't our time. But now is our time. It's our time to be able to say, okay, I'm going to quiet the world and I'm going to get myself straight. I'm not going to worry about how I show up for everybody, but I'm going to show up for me. So, what are you going to do with that? Well, I thought about that, and I thought about how thoughts, the word thoughts, I hope all of you can visualize in your mind's eye the word thoughts. What are the thoughts coming in? What are you saying to yourself? What are you buying into? What are you believing? I had to stop my world and go, Tanya, you're listening to the wrong thoughts. Don't give those ones power. And they were negative thoughts. They were very destructive. At one point, I will share those with you. But for today, I want to invite you to join me for the next 25 weeks. Here's why. Okay, I've got these little notes in front of me, but I was busy, scrolling through things last night. It was Sunday night, and I'm sitting in the living room, and I'm just scrolling. And I was scrolling Instagram, and I had been talking to God about what is it that I should do. Now, God is a huge player in my life, and as I know He is in every one of our lives. And so I'm going to encourage you guys, let's quiet our minds. Let's get in tune with God. Let's get in tune with our higher self, and let's see who you really are. And are you willing to take a risk on you? So this is an invitation for the next 25 weeks, starting the week of, I have to grab my phone because I don't even know what week we are headed into. The week of the 24th, okay? Thanksgiving week. The week of all excuses. It doesn't matter. All the calories are free. Everything that you can come up with an excuse, it's yours. Come on, guys. So here's what we're going to do, okay? On this week, we're going to start a 25-week challenge. Here's what. I had this thought. So a thought that came to me was, what have I been putting off that I now can do? I was a mother at the age of 19. We were busy providing for our family, building businesses, going through failures, going through successes, having the struggles of raising children, losing some of the identity of my kids. I've made so many mistakes, you guys. Yep, I'll write a book on it. But even more than that, you're going to make some of those same mistakes, and you've already probably made them, so maybe you can help me with some good advice. But here we are, okay? We're here, and what can we do now? So we can grow. We can continue to evolve. They call this our golden years. Of course it is. We're going to make mistakes, but now we can go in. We have this skill set. We built this skill set for 51 years. Plus, we have built who we are. This didn't come overnight, and it wasn't a book we opened or a program we joined. It is what we chose to have. It's what we chose to take from our struggles and our trials and also from our successes. So now when I was scrolling away, wasting time, guess what showed up? This question. And it said, here are 25 things that you can do to become the person you've been putting off. So how did you like how I paused that? So let me say that again. Here are 25 things you can do to become the person that you've been putting off. And I went, I'm doing that. Well, I went through their list and then I created a list on top of that. Guys, now's the time. Nope, Christmas will not be the same in my house as it has been in the past. My role has changed. I've got to figure out that role. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with that yet, but I do know this. I will become a stronger, kinder, more loving, and a more faithful disciple of Christ. I love God, and I love this earthly experience, and I'm hoping that you will join me on this so that we can discover who we are. What is our great purpose here on this earth? What is our great time right now? Why is this pivot time so hard? A thought just came to me is it's not just about empty nesting. How about the homes and people that are looking for a companion, but they're alone? Now's your time. Now's your transformation time. How about for some that are in situations they can never imagine or even bear? Now's your time. It's your time of transformation, and I celebrate you. How about we take this serious and we quiet our world and we start to listen to our own thoughts? We start paying attention to the small details that just come in and they're like little pinpricks. You know, maybe some of those thoughts are, you're only background noise now. You don't matter. Or you're not married yet, so you don't matter. Or you're the space keeper. You don't matter. Pay attention to these thoughts. These thoughts are what you're giving energy to. Change where you're placing your energy. Let's transform together. So I'm going to invite you guys to join me for the next 25 weeks, starting on Monday, well, the week of, because, you know, things get posted at a certain time, the week of the 24th. Thanksgiving week. Watch my page for the next one coming out and join me. Join me in this transformation. Let's do this. But you guys, let's do this with the proper integrity. Be honest and true to yourself. This is going to be a great time. This is your time to shine. Let's not slow down because it's a little hard. You can cry. I did cry. And I'll probably cry again, to be absolutely honest. But you know what? Let's not get stuck there. Let's dust off our tears. Like I always say, pull up your granny panties. It's going to be a ride. Let's go for it, you guys. I'm excited to be with you for the next 25 weeks in discovering that person that we've always been wanting to become. And yet, you are the only one holding the key. You, sometimes we all get in our own way. So let's set that aside and let's go for it. Let's celebrate together. Let's go through the pains of life together. But really, let's remember who we were and why we're here and why we now get this opportunity not to just do a transition, but that we can transform. I love you guys. I tell that to people and I genuinely mean it. Have a blessed day, and I'm excited to spend the next part of the journey with you. And I've got some great guests that I'm excited to be able to bring on with me. They are amazing people. So I'm looking forward to being able to share more and more time with you. So I'll be seeing you and we'll be visiting. And you guys, go ahead and go to the bio. You'll see my email there. Send me an email. I care about you and I want to see you succeed as well. This is going to be fun.